Yes, they have a right to stop persons, but I'm not a person. I'm a human being.
I
So I'm the
don't have,
prosecutor,
right, not on me. I'm the court. I just call
and the
balls and
prosecutor
strikes.
can.
Just because you cancel your ID doesn't mean now you have the right to drive in the state of Michigan. Whether you want them to or not. There's
They
no,
become
I don't
active.
want them to.
They become
Yes.
active when you agree to the stipulations.
You don't have to agree. It does not say that. We have stuff called strict liability crimes. And those are crimes that automatically kick into place whether you agree for them or not.
Your Honor, I would agree with the court on that. I would also kind of reiterate that it is a privilege to drive. It is not a right to drive. It is a privilege. With the Constitution.
I object.
She didn't object during your statement.
I object.
To what?
She used
Based on
she used the term drive, travel.
travel. Can you use the word travel?
Can you find the word drive?
Driving is getting into a vehicle and moving it under the power of an engine or under the power of an engine on public highways, streets, and freeways.
And the definition of travel is from point A to point B.
You know, and again,
And not driving a commerce.
excuse me, I'm not finished with my argument. I allowed you to proceed, and I expect you to give me that same courtesy. Okay, thank you.
All right. Now calling the matters of the people versus Timothy Tally Williams. This is ticket SP. I'm gonna just call his ticket numbers. Ticket SP 146680, count 1, 2, and 3. Ticket SP 14673130, count 1. Ticket SP 1283889, count 1. Ticket SP 145230, counts 1, 2, and 3. Ticket SP 1283888, counts 1, 2, and 3. Ticket SP 1411848, counts 1, 2, and 3. Ticket SP 141840, counts 1, 2, and 3. Ticket SX 2454328, counts 1 and 2. Ticket SP 1409983, count 1. Ticket SP 1409982, counts 1 and 2. Appearances for the record, starting with Mr. Williams, who's representing himself. It's okay, Attorney Vinik. He's representing himself.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Mr. Williams, can you state your name for the record, please?
Timothy for the record, here by special visitation.
All right, and this is the date and time set for a final pretrial in this matter. We are scheduled for a jury trial on Monday. Attorney Mason has tendered to the court a witness list in this matter, as well as a special jury instruction served for you to be able to see in this particular matter. And let me ask again for the record, you know you have the right to have an attorney. Would you like to have an attorney for you in these matters, sir?
Well, for the record, I'm here to serve a default judgment. I served you, Andy and Mason, the affidavit back.
You did, and I'm in receipt. Oh, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. Keep going.
Yes, on the first, and I gave you 15 days. All in, it was 23 days I gave you, and I haven't received a rebuttal. So I served you guys with a default, and I'm here to.
I don't know what a default is. So there's no default judgments in criminal matters. These are criminal matters. So the only default that we have is if you don't appear to answer for a ticket, then the default that goes into place is your failure to answer for a ticket. Once it's established and it's here, I don't have to establish why these are tickets on the docket. That's why they have the jury and the bench trial options for you. These have been matters that have been, unless there's been a motion about a formally written motion about illegal stop or some constitutional violation, these tickets are considered to be valid and true.
No, I answered an affidavit of non-corporate existence.
So Mr. Williams, the answer to the question today is whether you're going to trial on Monday or not. That's all I'm here for.
Well, you guys haven't rebutted my affidavit.
Mr. Williams, again, I'm going to say, Mr. Williams, again, The question for today is whether you're going to trial on Monday or not. That's all. I have officers present. I have officers Evans present. I have Officer McCree present. I don't know if Officer Bush is coming as well, but they are here today to know whether or not they're going to be ready for trial on Monday. We set this jury trial out a long time ago for this trial on Monday. So are we going to trial?
Officers? What officer?
We have Officer Evans and Officer McCree present today.
And Judge, I have Officer Nunley. He's trying to check in right now. Faison Nunley.
Officer Bush is here also.
Thank you, Officer Bush.
Good
I
morning.
didn't see. Good morning. Oh, it's Evans Williams. Okay, say thank you, Officer Bush.
Okay, we go to trial.
Okay, so Monday we go to trial. Do you have a witness list or no, it's just you, Mr. Williams?
Yes, I have 3 witnesses.
Okay, I need to know their names. They need to be provided to counsel. So you have to write them down and do a witness list.
Okay.
Mr. Williams, can you just email me that? We've been emailing, Your Honor. He has my email and I have his. So you can email me those witnesses and I'll amend my witness list as well, Mr. Williams, so you'll know who mine are as well.
Okay.
All right. All right. So it's at 9:30 a.m. We'll start to get that jury picked on Monday. Oh, and there's also, all right. So now I have a whole slew of officers who are checked in. Officers, this is a jury trial. So it's an in-person jury trial on Monday. In-person jury trial on Monday, 9:30 a.m. at Courtroom 337 at 36th District Court this Monday. And once we get the jury all sworn in, then we will proceed with testimony that day, hopefully in the afternoon. Anything else for you, Mr. Williams? I know I'm glad to hear y'all been talking back and forth through email so that we can make sure we're ready to push forward on Monday. Anything else you want to say for the record, Mr. Williams?
No, that'll be it.
Okay. All right. Attorney Mason, do you have anything for the record?
I just want to get a tally of my officers who are present today, just to make sure. I've got Officer Nunley, Officer Bush, Officer Evans, Officer Faison. Nunley. I'm sorry, I said Nunley, Evans, Bush, McCree. Anybody I'm missing? Okay. And Mr. Williams, I will amend my witness list for you, and I'll email that over to you.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, then that is the remaining tickets. Are we
all set
with those, Attorney Mason, or no? Today, or are we waiting until Monday?
Yeah, any officers that are not here today, Your Honor, we can dispense with those tickets.
I appreciate that. So that is a few tickets. That's going to be ticket number SP 1283889, SP 1283888, SP 1411848, and SX 2454328. Those officers did not appear today. I know it's just the final pretrial, so I'll just put that. I won't necessarily mark them absent. What tickets remain, Mr. Williams? Okay, let me tell you. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have a drive unregistered, untitled motor vehicle and drove while unlicensed, and a no proof of insurance. That's one officer. The next officers are open alcohol driver, tinted windows, no seat belt, no driver's license, no insurance, untitled motor vehicle. And then the final officer is going to be drive unregistered motor vehicle, no insurance, no license ever acquired, and tinted windows. Okay.
And Your Honor, if I may interject, since he does have an email, I can copy those tickets and email them over to him. Please. So that he can have them. I'll come down and get those. and I will email those tickets over to you, Mr. Williams.
Okay.
So that way
And
you can see what
for the
the
record,
tickets are.
are we able to argue these matters right now, or are we going to trial? Is
You
it
said you
possible we
want to
can?
have a trial. What you want to argue?
Yeah,
You
but
want
I'm
to talk
saying
to
like
Attorney Mason?
what was that?
I said you want to talk to Attorney Mason just briefly in a breakout room and see if y'all can resolve any of the tickets.
Well, we was just emailing, and I don't know if it meant anything to her, so that's why I'm willing to take it to trial. And
Well, because you can't say I just want you to dismiss it because I'm not a citizen. That's not gonna work. Or I just want
Oh
you to
no,
dismiss
that's not it. I got laws stating that all this is frivolous, but I'm saying, can we argue this right now, or do we?
A lot of people will say the laws are frivolous. Well, yes, if you have some argument that you would like to make, you can make it that way. I can rule, and that way we can go to, if we're gonna move forward to trial, we can go to trial. 1 second though, off the record, just for one moment. Christopher Williams, can you hear me? Because Attorney Binick or Attorney Zoranik, he's been trying to sign on. He's on his phone. I'm trying to get him to mute *6 so someone can talk to him. *6, sir. *6. Christopher Williams, hit *6 on your phone. *6, sir. You need.
Your Honor,
Yes, Attorney Soroki.
yeah, if you like, I could speak to Timothy Williams in a breakout room for a few minutes, explain the legal system to him.
Yes, can you?
No, sir.
Do you want to make your argument first, Mr. Williams, or do you want Attorney Soroki? He wants to give you a little feedback. That way you'll be prepared for Monday's trial. No? All right. He doesn't want it, Attorney Soroki. Thank you, though. I appreciate you.
Okay, very good.
Okay. All right. We're going to try and call that gentleman who called in the meantime. Back on the record in the matter of the people versus Timothy Williams. Can I have appearances? First, Attorney Mason, then Mr. Williams.
For the record, Your Honor, Diachiku Mason, City of Detroit, 43471.
All right. Mr. Williams.
Yes, Timothy before the court, hereby special appearance as a state citizen, not a U.S. citizen.
Okay. Changes every time. All right, you want to make a motion or you want to make an argument as to these tickets? You can go ahead at this time, Mr. Williams.
Okay, for the record, Shapiro versus Thompson states that all citizens must be free to travel throughout the United States, uninhibited by statutes, rules, or regulations, which unreasonable burden or restrict movement. Did you get that?
I'm listening. I'm just writing down. You see, I got my notepad. Okay. I'm writing down notes.
Okay. And then Murdoch versus Pennsylvania, the Supreme Court decided that a state cannot arbitrarily or erroneously convert a secure liberty, in this case, the secure right to travel, into a privilege and charge of or issue a hold on. A state can't arbitrarily or erroneously convert a secure liberty into a privilege and issue a license and a fee for it, meaning we don't need license or insurance to travel throughout the land. And Murdoch versus Pennsylvania states no state converts secure liberty to a privilege. No, Shuttlesworth versus Pennsylvania. No, Shuttlesworth versus Birmingham, Alabama. You can ignore the license and engage in the right with impunity if you happen to have a license. And back to Murdoch versus Pennsylvania, no state may convert a secure liberty into a privilege. So no state has a right to require you to have a license. Hold on.
Okay, so that's your argument as far as no state can force you to have a license
Require.
because it's a constitutional right to travel.
Which is our First Amendment.
Travel. Okay. You know,
And
Security
that's
versus Tom.
Murdoch versus Pennsylvania.
He was in prison arguing about the vaccination. You know, that's part of what Shakira versus Thompson was talking about, right?
No.
Back to the Zoom call.
Shapiro versus Thompson.
Yes. If I'm looking at the right one, you talking about Shakira versus Thompson, Sergeant Thompson?
Shapiro versus Thompson.
Shakira Rowland?
Shapiro. Shapiro versus Thompson.
You're not feeling.
And then Murdoch versus Pennsylvania states that no state can convert a secure liberty into a privilege.
Hello.
Hello? Is this you, Mr. Christopher Williams?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let me put you into a breakout room so that you can speak with an attorney about your case today.
Yes, ma'am.
Put them in breakout room number 5. Attorney Binick, if you don't mind, or Attorney Soroki, either one.
I'll take him. That's fine. Let's see.
Okay. She wouldn't do.
She already beat me. Okay.
Yeah.
Judge, if I can put Christopher Bush in a breakout room, talk to him right quick. Or
You can. I'm reading this case. So this right to travel was about a welfare case, Mr. Williams, where she wanted to go to a different state. And they told her that because she didn't have established residency in that she was going to be denied services.
Right, and that violated her.
Right, because it's talking
right
about services. She needed to take care of her child. She was 19 and she was pregnant.
But you avoiding the facts of the case. Even though that she filed a lawsuit against the state for denying her privileges, but the Supreme Court ruled that the Supreme Court ruled that can't happen because that also be violating her right to travel throughout the states, throughout the land.
Receive the benefits that she needs in order to take care of herself and her child.
Yes, but you're missing the argument that the Supreme Court has stated. That'll be violating her First Amendment right: life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Travel. You see that ruling? I don't want you to miss that fact. That's what they ruled.
they said the closest the Supreme Court has come to overturning Shapiro Thomas was in 1995 with Anderson versus Green, California Welfare and Interstate Code annotated section instituted a 1-year residency requirement for welfare aid, violating Shapiro versus Thompson. Both lower courts in California affirmed that violated Shapiro versus Thompson and granted the injunction. I'm sorry. Due to the procedural issue, California's residency requirement never went into effect, creating no justifiable controversy action and no actual issuance for the court to rule on. Whether they receive a waiver from the Secretary of Health or Human Services to set aside Shapiro versus Thompson, making the residency requirement pseudo-legal, the waiver was challenged again, and it's holding that the state court and the Secretary of HHS had not adequately considered public comment on the issues. So this just talks solely about, even talks about the social impact. The social impact and the legal impact is that you can go different places, and we as the governments of each state still have a requirement to take care of those citizens within our state. This is about welfare. Yeah, this is about the welfare system and the ability for people. You cannot stop people from traveling. I don't see anything in here about a driver's license.
Look, the decision of the court.
Right, she has the right to go places.
Look, the court reaffirmed the right to travel under the 14th Amendment Privilege and Immunities Clause in Suez versus Roe. So they conferred it to another case. But the conclusion of the case like that would be violating her right to travel. It can have something to do with the welfare, but it's violating her right to travel.
It's all about that. Because the reason why we can't prohibit her from being able to travel or to go to another state is because then they're saying once she gets to that state, she has to establish some type of residency. And what they're saying is that if she doesn't have that residency, she wouldn't get the services needed. And so they're saying you can't say, oh, you can't go to this state and not get the stuff that you need to take care of yourself and your family just because you're not. I can't stop her. I can't say you can't move to this state and then we're going to block everything. I can't do that. Right. This is not about a license.
Which will violate the right to travel.
No.
That was the decision of the court. I'm not making that up.
You aren't, but you're not understanding what their decision was based on. Yes, you have the right to travel, but this is concerning services.
So if I chose to carry a weapon, I will be bearing arms.
If you chose to carry a weapon in the state of in Illinois, that's an automatic. You're not allowed to carry weapons at all in the state of Illinois unless you're a law enforcement officer. So if you traveled over the state lines and you went to Illinois and you tried to carry a gun, they would tell you no.
But that's irrelevant, Your Honor. We're talking about the state of Michigan. I have a right to bear arms, but you will call it receiving
exactly.
But the Constitution of Michigan states that I can bear arms, but
because once again, and we had this conversation already, the states can make stuff more, the localities can make stuff, they can, and it's a state law anyways, but they can be harsher than the U.S. Constitution, but they can do something that would take away from the U.S. Constitution. So they're not taking away your right to bear arms. They're just putting parameters around that right. And recently it was challenged at the Court of Appeals when someone tried to say that the people have the right to bear arms and that seeing a bulge or doing stuff like that didn't equate to it. And the Court of Appeals has said and ruled that that does give probable cause for an officer to ask about whether or not they have the licensing because the state has determined that they need to have the licensing. So if the state determines that there needs to be a certain licensing in place and that rule or that is violated, then that has to go forward.
But that's kind of irrelevant.
Okay.
And like Murdoch versus Pennsylvania, say no state can convert a secured liberty into a privilege. Our secured liberty, First Amendment, is the right to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness.
Mm-hmm.
Right to travel throughout the United States of America.
Right.
Freely and unencumbered. We're not causing harm to anybody. We just obeying the constitutional rights, exercising our constitutional rights, which is the court is here to help protect them. I'm relying on the constitutional rights. I'm not just out here willfully nilly, like United States versus Bishop.
But you are, because you're only taking the part that you want to be applied to you. So you are out here willy-nilly. Because if you were following, if you were following everything, you would want to follow everything and all the rules that were put into place. So all that
I'm following laws, not
following what you want to follow. And that's no. We talked about how that leads to anarchy. People can't do whatever they want to do. They say that I can follow only this. That's like me coming one day and saying I want to practice law and I want to be a judge, and I haven't gone through any of the things to become a judge. That's not how it works.
I see how you
put it. I can't sit up here with a fake P number. They wouldn't let me do that.
I see how you put it, but that's not true. What about Title 18 USC Section 241?
Mr. Williams, do you want a trial on Monday or not? You can't argue this stuff to the jury.
Yeah, I want to go to trial, but I can't.
Okay. You can't argue this stuff to the jury. You can argue that maybe something, making sure that they didn't check the things. Like, you have to follow the law. I have to treat you as an attorney in that place on Monday. So I have to treat that you know how to practice and go about the way of law. And these different things, like, you can't just give the jury cases and stuff like that. That's not what it's going to be about. And you'll most likely end up with objections that I'll have to sustain, because it's going to be talking about the facts of these particular cases where the officers came today to show up. So it has to stick to those things about what the officers came to argue about, or what Attorney Mason will make the argument for, and the officers came to testify about.
What are they testifying about?
About these different stops.
This is the fork in the road. The judge is explaining that the trial will focus on facts tied to the tickets, not broad constitutional theories. The danger here is that once someone becomes deeply invested in a belief system, backing away can feel like surrender. Strategically, though, refusing to adjust to the rules of the courtroom can reduce the number of options available when the case finally reaches trial.
Which is unlawful.
Okay. Well, I gave you plenty of time to write a motion about unlawful, and you did not want to.
So now we're here. I gave you affidavits stating the facts, what you needed, and
exactly. And the facts are to be argued before a jury. If they differ from these facts that on the tickets, we're here to talk about these tickets. I've already made my ruling long ago that they had the right to stop, and that these tickets are the tickets for which they wrote them for.
Yes, they have a right to stop persons, but I'm not a person. I'm a human being. I have no contract with the Secretary of State. I'm traveling. I'm not driving. I'm not driving for gain or profit. I'm going to point A to point B, not violating nobody's rights. I'm just traveling freely, like I'm exercising my constitutional rights. Like Title 18 USC Section 241. Can you look that up?
I let you have a whole hour of time to discuss all of these previously, Mr. Williams. We talked about all of these, and at the end I made the ruling that the court did have jurisdiction and that the officers could write tickets.
You haven't explained jurisdiction.
I don't have to explain anything. It's not my job to explain it.
But you said you did explain, but you didn't.
But I said I allowed you to explain it. Do you need to pull it up on YouTube?
But the burden is on the prosecutor.
Right, not on me. I'm the court. I just call balls and strikes.
And the prosecutor cannot state how she has jurisdiction.
Okay, Attorney Mason, do you want to state how you have jurisdiction over these matters?
Statute provides us with the jurisdiction over this matter. The statutes and the laws of the court provide us the jurisdiction over these matters.
That's subject.
I am empowered by the state. I am empowered by my bar card, which has been submitted to the state of Michigan. I'm empowered by the city of Detroit.
But she's
Should
still
be
not
a
stating. I gotta object
And
to
the
that
what?
because she's not stating how she has jurisdiction over
She's telling you it's by the statutes. The statutes that were
statutes.
given.
Statutes is not law.
Okay.
I'm obeying by the law.
So you want us to call them laws? Laws are statutes. They're the same thing. It's just a fancy way of saying laws. Statutes are just a fancy way of saying
statutes
laws.
are persuasive. Laws are mandatory.
These are laws. Okay, statutes are laws. That's just a fancy way of saying laws.
Yeah, they derive from the law.
At this point, Your Honor, I'm going to
rules and regulations.
I'm going to just make a motion that that these matters have already been resolved. That the court has previously stated that the trial was set forth regarding the facts of the incidents that have arisen, and that the witnesses will testify only to the facts regarding the tickets.
What are the facts?
The facts are the things on the ticket. So you have to research the law and find out exactly what each one is to show.
According to Michigan Vehicle Code 257-744A, police officers knowingly make a false statement on the citation is unlawful.
Okay.
I travel with a passport. My ID been canceled since 2018, so none of that is true.
Just because you cancel your ID, and this is the last argument for today, and then we're just gonna have trial on Monday. Just because you cancel your ID doesn't mean now you have the right to drive in the state of Michigan. That's not the law of this state. When you avail yourselves of the roads, the lights, the streets, the anything. Once you take part on those items, then you automatically allow yourself to avail yourself to any laws that are being taken place, any statutes that are being taken place, any codes that are taking place. All of those now become active, whether you want them to or not. There's no, I don't want them to.
They become active when you agree to the stipulations.
You don't have to agree. It does not say that. We have stuff called strict liability crimes. And those are crimes that automatically kick into place whether you agree for them or not. And that's what these are. Whether you agree or not, they are things that must happen. So
I agree that certain people, I agree.
9:30. I'll see everybody at 9:30. Listen, either you're gonna take care of these things.
Certain persons need to be governed, but everybody is not to be governed. Certain people know how to govern ourselves. So
that's right.
Judge, I'll come down and pick up the tickets and copy them.
Okay. Thank you. That concludes this hearing.
So we all set?
Yes. I'll see you Monday at 9:30 in person for your trial. Okay?
All right.
Jury trial. All right. All right. Timothy Williams, if you could unmute your phone and turn on your camera for me. All right. Now calling the matters of the people versus Timothy Tally Williams. This is ticket SP 1409982. Count 1, drive unregistered, untitled motor vehicle. Count 2, drove while unlicensed. Ticket number SP 1467130, tinted windows. Ticket SP 1466801. Count 1, drive unregistered, untitled motor vehicle. Count 2, no insurance. Count 3, driver's license never acquired. Ticket SP 1409983, no proof of insurance. Ticket SP 1418401. Count 1, open alcohol motor vehicle driver. Count 2, tinted windows. Count 3, failure to wear safety belt. Ticket SP 1452301. Count 1, driver's license never acquired. Count 2, no insurance. Count 3, drive unregistered, untitled motor vehicle. Appearances for the record, starting with counsel, please.
Hey, good morning, Judge. I'm Christopher Sinclair, 512 on behalf of Mr. Williams, present on the screen via Zoom. We consent to proceed via Zoom.
All right, give me one more time. You got to go again. It's breaking up a little bit, Attorney Sinclair.
All right, I'm Christopher Sinclair, P80512, appearing with on behalf of Mr. Williams, who's present on the screen, and we consent to proceeding via Zoom.
Thank you so much. Mr. Williams, can you state your name for the record, please?
Timothy Williams.
Thank you. Counsel, did you have an opportunity to talk with Attorney Mason this morning?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. This is the city prosecutor. It's a housekeeping matter. We have one where the defendant is self-representing himself. He and investigator Donahue, they're in a breakout room. They're in breakout room 12. So that case is ready to go. He doesn't have a lawyer, though. That's why I didn't want you to.
Okay. All right. Thank
I'm sorry.
you.
I'm sorry. I got to put on the other earphone. It's me. I'm sorry,
Okay.
Judge. So yeah,
It's okay.
he doesn't have
Attorney
lawyer.
Mason, we're in the midst of another hearing right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought
It's
that you were
okay.
on house breakout. Sorry.
No, it's okay. All right. Attorney Sinclair, how are you moving forward?
Yes, ma'am. And just for the record, it's my understanding Mr. Williams has a total of 14 tickets before Your Honor.
Yeah.
I had an opportunity to speak with the city attorney. An offer was extended if you plead to 3 improper plate tickets, 1 seatbelt ticket, 2 improper tent tickets, and 1 reduced count of open alcohol passenger, which is a 2-point ticket that the city would be willing to reduce, to dismiss all of the other files. I did have an opportunity to speak with Mr. Williams, and in light of that conversation and what he initially told me his goals were, this offer did meet those requirements. However, he's choosing to reject the offer at this time and move forward with any and all subsequent court dates in pro per status.
So you're not gonna represent him, Mr. Sinclair?
We've reached an impasse in our conversations, and we have not been able to resolve the impasse. So no, ma'am.
All right. You made a valiant effort, Mr. Sinclair. Only reason why I'm saying this is because I was like, yes.
Yeah, I get it. Totally.
Okay. All right. All right, Mr. Williams. Well, we're back where we started at a month and a half ago. Back to a jury trial date or a trial date, bench trial. What would you like to? But next time we just gonna move forward. I don't know what else to do at this point in time. This can't be on my docket for 12 years. We got to move forward at some point in time.
Last time you were saying the jury wasn't ready, so.
Oh yeah, they weren't. You're right. It wasn't your fault last time because I had some, other matters go before mine sometimes. So it was some matters of higher jurisdiction, I say, or higher priorities in my cases last time. You're right.
Yeah.
All right. So how would you like to move forward at this point in time? Do you want me to set it for in-person jury trial, or how do you want to move forward? Let me know.
We can set it for a jury trial.
Okay. All right. My next jury trial date is September 16th. Let me make sure Attorney Mason is going to be here and present for that day. Okay.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. And Attorney Sinclair, thank you for your services in this particular matter. Since you are no longer needed, you can go ahead and log off.
Got it. You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right.
Everybody money hungry.
Attorney Mason, I need you when you get a second.
Yeah, Your Honor. Yes.
He would like to have that jury trial again. Are you in the office on September 16th for a jury trial?
I appear to be. Yes, Your Honor. At this point, I am.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I know it may change, but I just want to make sure I wasn't doing it on a pre-scheduled event where you weren't present. Okay, thank you. That's it, Attorney Mason. Thank you. All right, Mr. Williams, does that work? That's my soonest date I have is September 16th. Unmute yourself for me, sir.
You said September 16th?
Yes, at 9:30 a.m. in person.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll have to have that final pre-trial that Friday before, which is The 13th of September, just to make sure you're ready to move forward, okay?
Okay.
You can do that via Zoom though, like how you are, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so in person on the 16th, via Zoom on the 13th, just to make sure we're moving forward, okay?
Okay.
All right, 9 a.m. for both, 9:30 for both times, okay?
All right. See you then.
See you then. Thank you, Mr. Williams.
Yeah.
All right, bye-bye.
Hey, Your Honor,
Yes.
I'm sorry, on the Timothy Williams as a housekeeping, do you have his file there?
I do.
Okay, just, can you pull the charges for me right quick?
Yes, so we got
Okay.
rid of quite a few of them last time. So we have the drove while license suspended, no insurance misdemeanor. Do we have this one? I think so. Tinted windows, that's gonna be one I listen to, and no proof of insurance. Then we have unregistered motor vehicle, no insurance, driver's license never acquired, drive unregistered motor vehicle, drove while unlicensed, driver's license never acquired, no insurance, drive unregistered or untitled motor vehicle, open alcohol motor vehicle, tinted windows, and no seatbelt.
Okay, so after speaking with Mr. Williams, yeah, I would, I would be amenable to dismissing all. He will plead straight up to open alcohol, the open alcohol charge, and
Open
he can,
alcohol passenger.
yeah. He can plead
Passenger,
open
okay,
out passenger, no contest. He
okay.
can do it under a no contest, and I'll dismiss the rest.
You hear that, Mr. Williams? You want to take advantage of that today?
That's Mr. Williams.
Timothy Williams?
Yeah, I'm here.
You want to take advantage of that offer today, the open alcohol motor vehicle passenger? The rest of the case is dismissed?
Yeah, I will.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Attorney Mason. Okay, I'm gonna call these matters. Now calling the matters of the people versus Timothy Tally Williams. This is ticket number SP 141840. Count 1, open alcohol motor vehicle is driver right now, but we're gonna change it. Count 2 is tinted windows. Count 3, operator no seatbelt. Then we have ticket number SP 1495764. Count 1, drove while license suspended. Count 2 is no insurance. Then we have ticket SP 1467130, tinted windows. Ticket SP 140999983, no proof of insurance. Ticket SP 1466801. Count 1, drive unregistered, untitled motor vehicle. Count 2, no insurance. Count 3, driver's license never acquired. Ticket SP 1409982. Count 1, drive unregistered, untitled motor vehicle. Count 2, drove while unlicensed. Ticket number SP 1452301. Count 1, driver's license never acquired. Count 2, no insurance misdemeanor. Count 3, drive unregistered, untitled motor vehicle. Mr. Williams, I know you've elected to represent yourself. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Timothy Williams.
All right. And Timothy Williams, Mr. Williams, you know you have the absolute right to have counsel. You understand that, sir?
I understand.
And it's your option right now, though. We've had several court hearings. You are still wishing to proceed as a counsel for yourself. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. It's my understanding, however, that there's been a reach of an agreement that you will plead no contest to one count of open alcohol motor vehicle passenger. You understand that, sir? That's how you want to move forward today?
I understand.
All right. If that's the case, please raise your right hand for me. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, sir?
I do.
All right, you can put your hand down, Mr. Williams. You had a chance to talk to Attorney Mason, actually, about this case. Is that correct? You got to answer verbally.
Correct. I said correct.
All right. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. And no one threatened you, promised you, or forced you, other than saying that if you plead to the reduced charge of open alcohol motor vehicle passenger, that the remaining counts will be dismissed. Is that correct, Mr. Williams?
Repeat that.
Okay, and this is a no contest plea, so you understand that it's going to be entered just like a regular plea of guilty, but you won't make any facts on the record. You understand that, Mr. Williams?
I understand.
All right, and you're not doing this, you're doing this no contest plea under your own choice, is that correct?
Correct.
And you're giving up the right to have a bench or a jury trial by taking this no contest plea. You understand that, Mr. Williams?
I do.
And just on these tickets, you always have that right in the future. You understand that?
I do.
On other tickets. I don't want you to get any more tickets, but if you did, okay?
I get it.
All right. Understanding all of this, I'm going to read from a ticket that has the information on it to establish what happened that day. Is that okay, Mr. Williams?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Reading from the ticket number SP 1418401, count 1, that on the date of April 25th of 2023 in the area of Edgevale, that's Edgevale, and Brush Streets in the city of Detroit, Mr. Williams was in a Chrysler vehicle and there was open alcohol in that vehicle. I'm satisfied. Are you satisfied with the reading, Mr. Williams?
Satisfied.
All right. And so the court is satisfied, and there's going to be a stipulation for probable cause to dismiss the remaining tickets called on this record. Mr. Williams, I appreciate you taking advantage of this offer today. I'm going to give you a fine of $200. How long will that take you to pay? I'll give you some time. I'll give you 60, 90, however long you need to pay it, okay?
All right, give me 2 months.
Okay. All right, I can do that. How about October 15th? Is that going to give you enough time to pay that ticket?
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay. All right. If there's nothing further, you just got that one ticket. All the rest of the case is going to be dismissed, Mr. Williams.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You enjoy the rest of your day, okay?
All right, you too.
All right. Bye-bye, sir.
What makes this case interesting isn't the legal theory being argued. It's the difference between a position and an outcome. For months, the focus of the case revolved around jurisdiction challenges, right to travel arguments, and repeated objections to the state's authority. But the court kept returning to the same question. What evidence would actually matter when the case reached trial? That's an important distinction. Courts can listen to arguments, but decisions are usually driven by whether those arguments fit the legal issues being decided. Throughout these hearings, the judge repeatedly tried to move the discussion back to the specific allegations, witness testimony, and trial procedure. The turning point wasn't a dramatic ruling. It was a practical decision. By the end, the case shifted from a dispute over broad legal principles to a negotiated resolution involving a single count and the dismissal of numerous remaining charges. Whether someone agrees with that decision or not, it shows how legal cases often end. Not with a sweeping constitutional showdown, but with a calculation about risk, certainty, time, and exposure. That's why small decisions matter. Declining counsel, choosing which arguments to pursue, deciding whether to negotiate, and deciding whether to proceed to trial all create consequences that build over time. Each choice narrows or expands the available paths forward. In the end, the courtroom wasn't deciding a political philosophy. It was deciding how to resolve a stack of pending charges under the rules that governed that courtroom. And sometimes the most important part of a case isn't the argument someone starts with, it's the position they finally choose to leave with.